Pretty badly, because to be honest, we were depending on return of confidence subsequent to the political problems we had all of last year, culminating with the airport closure at the end of the year. We were doing quite a good job up to the riots itself. Tourism arrivals was recovering. The economy was beginning to show signs of some recovery. So the riots came at a bad time, to be honest. And we were originally anticipating GDP decline of about 2.5% to 3% for the year. And we're hoping that the riots doesn't make it that much worse.
What do you believe the decline in GDP will be in 2009?
It's hard to say, but I reckon there could easily have been a 1 percentage point impact as a result of the riots. But it all depends on how quickly we can recover that confidence. The impact short-term and immediately has been on tourism. And of course, our high season is towards the end of the year. So the quicker we can revive that confidence, the better chance we have.
You know, to paraphrase Oscar Wilde, I mean, to have one crisis is unfortunate. To have two and then three starts to look like carelessness. I mean, you've had you've obviously had SARS, you've had tsunami, right, which of course neither of which could have been helped, but you've had political unrest, you've had an airport closure of a major airport, and now you've had civil riots. There comes a point when the Thai economy cannot recover.
Yes. Well, arguably, of course, the coup, the airport closure, the civil unrest were all part of the same problem we need to resolve. And we're making progress. Already, since the riots, we brought the conflict into Parliament. So, in fact, as we speak, Parliament is debating the issue. We're talking about political reform. We're talking about potential political amnesty. And that should lead to political reconciliation, which will help towards economic recovery.
This is a unique crisis in the sense that there is a redistribution of the problem. Yes. Traditionally, I mean, you have made your entire economy on exports to countries that are now in recession, and that's the difference.
Well, it's not quite the entire economy. Export is a major segment. It's about 70% in terms of value of GDP. And it's been directly affected as a result. We've been same with other Asian economies. We've all been building our production capacity to satisfy demands of the Western consumers. All disappeared overnight. And therefore, the impact has been real and immediate. Export has declined 25% right across the region. We're all having to adjust. And we're all having to boost domestic demand with government spending.
What is your single biggest fear as this crisis moves on?
Tardiness in global recovery. The government can fill the gap that was left by global demand to a certain extent, but we can't make up all the difference. We need global economies to recover. We need the major economies to get their act together and start buying goods from all over the world again.
So when you see the IMF, just today, as we're reporting on this program, and you'll have seen those numbers, say that this is a global recession down 1.3%,
yep,
which of course is distributed unevenly between different countries, then that must send a chill to your heart.
Well, we already accounted for that in our expectations. I think we're all anticipating, in fact, that economy will stabilize towards the end of this year. There are already beginning to be signs of that. Our capacity utilization in the electronic sector, for example, which was very badly hit 2 months ago, is already showing some sign of recovery, which I think is potential indication of bottoming out towards the end of this year.
And finally, let me just take that point. Are you saying by that you're seeing green shoots?
Green shoots.
Are you seeing green shoots?
Green shoots that we hope will not wither. We are beginning to see some signs, but it's early days.